Scream is a new movie in the Scream franchise where they seem to be taking the same marketing technique as movies like Candyman and Halloween, where they just named the new movie the same title as the original. Personally, I think that's a pretty lazy marketing strategy, but I'm just here to watch the movie. And I've done my job, so now I'm here to talk about it, so let's get to it. 25 years after a streak of murders shocked the quiet town of Woodsboro, a new killer dons the Ghostface mask and begins targeting a group of teenagers to resurrect secrets from the town's deadly past. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and my reviews to discuss what I liked, what I didn't like, and then my overall thoughts. So starting with what I liked about the movie, like Scream always does, I like how they take the rules of the horror genre and they updated it to modern times. The Scream franchise has always been good about taking the rules of modern horror at that time and using that to dictate how the movie's gonna play out. And I really like how this movie factors in the fan bases and how they look at studios when it comes to reboots and remakes. The movie's written in a really clever way, and I think that stands out the most to me. Another thing I like was the cast. The movie brought back the OG characters with Sidney, Gale, and Dewey, and even though those are the characters that the fan base wants to see, unfortunately, they're not really in the movie as much as I think the primary fan base is going to want them to be. But the movie does such a good job with the new cast that you don't really miss the OG characters. Yeah, all three of them are great in the scenes that they do show up in, but it's not like you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs wondering when these characters are going to come back on screen. And another thing I also like were the kills. The movie wasn't overly gory or anything like that, but the Ghostface in this movie has some of the most gruesome kills that you've seen in a Scream movie in quite a while. Now, as far as what I didn't like about the movie, the only thing that really stands out to me as a negative was the interaction between the new cast members. I mean, yeah, at some point you're gonna have characters starting to point the finger at each other, but the way these characters are doing it was a little too aggressive. It's like, if this is what you really think of each other, why are y'all even friends? Now, I know these characters live in a world where there's stab films where somebody who you think is your friend could legitimately be a killer, but the movie really tried to hit you over the head with the fact that anybody in this movie could be the killer. No matter who it was that was revealed to be the killer, there would have been somebody in the audience like, I knew it was them, I never liked such and such anyway. But I guess that could be a good or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. Other than that though, nothing else in this movie really stood out to me as a negative. I did have some issues though with how the third act played out. There's gonna be plenty of people that say that they saw the killer coming a mile away. But there were about 2 or 3 characters that had pretty similar traits, so any one of them could have been the killer and you would have had reason to believe that you knew that from the get-go. So in conclusion, I like the new characters, but I don't think the writing for them was great. As always, it's always good to see the OG characters with Sidney, Gale, and Dewey, and I also like the reveal of who the killer was and their motivation. All that being said, I'd say this movie is a definite add to the Blu-ray collection. So that's my review of Scream 5. You've seen it already, what did you think? And also, where would you rank this movie in comparison to the other ones? Thanks for watching. If you like what you're seeing, hit that thumbs up and click that subscribe button, and I'll be right back.